Hi, my name is John McCamick with Truth University. So what is the truth about heat and UV light to kill viruses and diseases? I believe in 100%. I was involved with a UV light back 15 years ago when I was working with a patent. We're looking at droplet size analysis using fluorescent dye on plants and then using the UV light to see the droplet size analysis as well as the dispersion of the droplets. And I was involved with the church with Dr. Bill Colclasure, and he was a scientist before he became a preacher, and he said something about UV light killing viruses and diseases. So for 15 years I've been using this particular ultraviolet lamp, which is for the purpose. I hang it near my intake valve in the houses that we've been in. And also, like in my bedroom, during the day, we close the door and leave it there for a couple hours on the bed, just to kill some of the viruses and the diseases in the house. As far as recommending this for direct human contact, I think that's fair. You can use that partially because, for instance, I live here in Orlando, Florida. We love the beaches. We go to the beach quite often. Plus, we're outside a lot. I believe I'm not a sun worshiper, but I do believe in the value of the sun's rays because it does have UV rays. Now, obviously, if you get too much exposure from UV rays, you can get a sunburn. But the darker you are, like I'm kind of somewhat dark, I can get pretty dark during the summertime, and so I can take more exposure to UV rays. But then you have to be careful. But here's the point. You could sit out there, you could be white as a lily and still take advantage of UV rays on the beach, for instance. You get your umbrella, but the UV rays and the heat will kill all the environment around you and protect you from the viruses and diseases, plus the wind blowing it around, and it'll protect you. I do believe that UV rays of the sun and the heat, especially as it gets warmer like here in Florida right now, is safer for you to be outside than some inside, cooped up in some apartment building, and being exposed to a constant bombardment, a possibility of diseases and virus spreading. So that's just my little intake, my quick intake. As far as disinfectant, I'm not so sure about that. I've heard people, a friend of mine used to take 2 or 3 drops of peroxide in a glass of water, and he did that every day, and he swore by it, but that's something I didn't do. There's a lot of self-remedies we have to be careful of. You need to get your doctor's approval on some of these things, and just be smart. But as far as UV rays, used properly, I'm not saying direct exposure with UV light like mine, but it can be used to disinfect and clean the house. It can be used to be out in the sunlight, and so I take that for what it's worth, but just to know the truth, because I know there's a lot of talk about this, but you should always consult your doctor when doing anything on the inside. And so I would have a question. I mean, I know that UV light and heat work outside the body to kill viruses. So how can we do that on the inside? I think that's a very good question. I'd ask that question. So this is, hopefully this has helped you. But for now.
And now you know more of the story. Stay tuned. This is John McCamick with Truth University. Good day.